Okay, we're back.
We're back.
We are back. I was going to say, can you believe it's been 8 months since the first time we did this?
More like 8 hours, 6 hours.
Exactly. You guys, Meredith and I tried to record this morning and we had some technical difficulties, but thankfully you're saving the day for me.
Well, I sent you off to your hair appointment
Yeah.
and said, come to my house this afternoon.
I've heard people want to know about your house too.
Well, you're in it.
I said I'm going to put it on my Twitter.
We're sitting at my coffee table.
Yeah. She's got a
on the floor.
Is it mahjong?
Mahjong mat.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love it. It's great.
Welcome to my house.
Thank you so much.
I'm glad to be on your podcast at my house.
No, I feel really good about it, actually. It's very comfortable in here.
Good. How's your anxiety level?
I think it's down.
Okay. You think? Is it up a little bit because you're in an unfamiliar environment?
No, I'm going to be great, though.
Okay.
I'm going to dive
Got
right in.
this.
Yeah. So what about summer week 2? You're surviving?
Yep.
Okay, good. Like me, I'm like, what's going on? Which way's up?
Well, we've had to have like a little bit of like a, they say like a come to Jesus talk in our house.
Yeah.
We've had that.
Okay, already?
Yeah, because you kind of like let everything go for about a week and a half
Yeah.
or 2 weeks, and then suddenly you're this is not sustainable.
No, totally.
The bedtimes, the schedule, the lack of laundry and dishes.
We
We've
went to bed
decided-
early at like last night. It was like 9:30, and William's like, it's 9:30.
Like this is a problem. Like we can't be going to bed this early.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, what? You go to bed at like 8:00.
The beat continues to go on for the adults in our house. So sadly, we're not on summer breaks. We have to have those conversations.
I love it.
They have been had. So we're doing well.
Okay.
We're doing better than we were.
Well, I love that. Well, I guess that's our little intro. You ready to get into the real stuff?
Why am I here, Maggie?
Yeah,
I have
love
no idea
it.
what you're talking to me about today.
Okay, welcome back, gang. I'm Maggie File, your host, and we've got Meredith Kent in the house, literally in her house. I love that you wanted to come back on the podcast. It really makes me feel really good, just so you know. If you missed our first conversation, Meredith owns Skin Collab, and I'll link that episode because today we're going to go into a completely different direction. So you also have a podcast.
I do.
And I just listened to your last couple episodes. Very informational.
Thank you.
I love it. I do have some follow-up questions.
Okay.
Do you do these every week?
Yes, that's the goal.
That's the goal.
Mhm.
Okay. Jenny from the block. That got a real laugh out of me.
Did it? Because
Yes.
I was like, I almost didn't publish that podcast.
You got to publish it.
I was like, this is just too much information. I wasn't in charge of that podcast. Similar to right now, I have no
Yeah.
idea what you're going to talk to me about. And Angie, who interviewed me, knows so much about me. And I
Yeah.
had no idea what she was going to say. We just sat down and started like ad-libbing.
I
And
think
so-
it just makes you so relatable, though, because, you know, what you put out there in your space, and then it's kind of nice to go like a little deeper.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I actually chuckled a little bit listening to it.
Yeah.
So-
No, I did.
Anyway, Jenny from the block.
Okay, but what's something you'll spend money on every single time and never feel guilty about it?
My nail appointment.
Okay, yeah, I think you said
Hair, nail appointment. It's like it's a real like light shadow situation. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense, and I think that's why Angie and I were laughing about it so
Yeah.
hard because
but it's
there's no
good.
rhyme or reason.
Okay, so you just did a whole episode on peptides.
Yes.
I thought it was very interesting because there's been some listeners who've asked me after a couple of the episodes that we were talking about
Right.
peptide stuff. So I'm going to link that, you guys, for you because I think you should listen to it. I do have some follow-up questions on that, though. So would you take any?
So here's my message in that podcast was really to try to. I didn't want to throw cold water on new science because I'm all about new science. It's how we move forward.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's been an interesting, for better and worse, shift in the last, call it 5 years, of how we're getting our information and who's giving us our information.
Totally.
So it used to be you'd go to your primary care doctor, you would ask them a question, they had the information, they gave it to you. Now it's almost like you can get you're often bringing your own information to your provider now. And that's not a terrible thing because we can all grow together, but there is like almost a little bit of a power dynamic issue where like we don't always know the weight. We can know just enough to be dangerous, I guess is
Mhm.
what I'm trying to say. So with the peptides, I would absolutely take a peptide that was FDA approved. Like the GLP-1s are peptide medicines. They're approved. They've been studied for, you know, a lot of years, 10 plus, whoever, many
Okay,
years in the
sure.
diabetes space and the obesity space. Now it's just become, there's a new indication. And so when there's a new indication for a medication, it is accessible to more people for more issues, which is great.
Mhm.
It's not unsimilar to or dissimilar to something in my industry would be like, okay, Botox was originally indicated for lines in the glabella, your 11 lines, but it wasn't indicated for your necklines.
Sure.
Well, I've been using it in necklines for years because I know how it works and that's my thing. But if you didn't really even know how to use it in the glabella and now you're using it over here, it's kind of just like you need to be with someone who knows the science.
Yeah.
And with a lot of the peptides, with compounding pharmacies, et cetera, again, not a terrible thing because you have more access to medicine, but they're not all held to the same standards.
Mhm.
So you have sterility issues, you have continuity issues, and so there's some danger there. And so as these um, substances we're taking are getting more powerful, I just think that there's more risk. And
Yeah.
so I am not opposed to it if I am using a medication that has been tested in a way that I've at least vetted it that it's really safe to use for humans. Now, if I'm using it off label for another indication as prescribed by someone who's done that and that's their specialty, I'm down for it. But ordering something online, like self prescribing, I think is a little dangerous. And I wouldn't even do that for myself. And I'm a provider.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have the data to even be to do that myself. So that's where I feel like it's a little fuzzy. And
Well,
then
I
there's
liked Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, but peptides in general are just like short chain amino acids. I mean, they're in our skincare. They're like everywhere, but I think the peptides that you and I are talking about right now are like the injectable peptides, right?
Well,
Is
that's
that
what
what you're asking
yes,
about?
because I loved what you said about, like, an influencer or whatever. I feel like I'm targeted
We are
all the
targeted
time, like,
because of
this
our
is, like,
age and stage in life.
totally anti-inflammation, and I think I've been more curious about it,
Mhm.
but just like you said, I'm like, "What really, what is a like, what is it?" So I really enjoyed your podcast
Thank
about
you.
it, and it's just made me think maybe I need to, like, look into it a little bit more because even talking to your friends, I don't know what your friends are talking about, but I feel like I know a lot of people, and they're like, "No, this is great," or "I'm doing this," or "I'm doing that," and they look amazing.
Mhm.
You know, I also just read this, it was I mean, when I say read, I'm sure it was like a reel.
Sure. That's our point, and
Yes,
yes.
that I saw, but it was from like a Harvard study. So it was, something that came, it was just like shortening the information, but it was talking about how the cell replacement and how certain like the inflammation peptides or whatever, the anti ones.
Anti-inflammatory. Mhm.
Yep. How they can regenerate those cells. But what this doctor was saying was there's not enough research yet. Like if there's cancer cells.
Exactly.
Okay. So you've heard about this.
Exactly. We need more human studies.
Okay.
Right now, there are, to my knowledge, there's barely any human studies, not enough to warrant, at least for these newer peptides,
Well, I
newer
think that's
injectable
just like
peptides.
terrifying to me.
But you see someone that looks great and they're promoting a product
Mm-hmm.
and you want their body for your bikini. Like
Totally.
it's kind of crazy. So some things I think people need to learn or be aware of is there is a business to medicine, there's a business to aesthetics, and that doesn't always necessarily have the patron's best interest in mind. So there's a business.
Mm-hmm.
Someone is making $1. And so it gets confusing when you mix that with medicine. And then you've got the Hippocratic Oath that says do
Mm-hmm.
no harm.
Yeah.
And then you've got curious scientific minds that want to move things further. Like those things are good, but they
No,
need to
totally.
coexist in a balance. And the monetary piece of it, I guess it's a necessary evil, but it can really overtake something, and then all of a sudden your entire algorithm is full of this, and this is what you're thinking of. It's like, The Social Experiment. Did you ever watch that
Yeah.
documentary where you end up getting fed what you're getting fed, what you're getting fed, and
It's
then it takes
insane.
you down a path you didn't even know you were being taken on? I think that's a real risk, and so it just brings me back to having, like, a real relationship with a provider. That means a healthcare provider
Yep.
that you can really just like spitball with and ask questions. And some people are frustrated because they're like, well, my provider isn't open minded or isn't helping me. They're find another one. There are,
Totally.
but you need someone who has enough gut about them in terms of being practicing medicine for some time to kind of be able to give you that wisdom, that guidance that we just don't have. It's
Mhm.
because it's the kind of like the clinical like je ne sais quoi that you have because like back in the day when doctors would just have an instinct or intuition. We didn't even have all the labs. That's like the
Right.
art of like just experience. That is something that we really don't want to take for granted.
Yeah.
We have so much data. We've got so many algorithms. We have ChatGPT. Like that's all really valuable. But the human element of okay, like this is how I've seen the body work. This is my gut on this particular area. I think is really important. Does that make sense?
It really does, and I think that's one of the things, I've said this to you before, that I really enjoy about you, is you're never gonna do something, like, that you don't think somebody should do,
Right.
too, with regards to anything. I mean, I know you don't give peptides, but you know what I'm saying.
hmm Yeah. At the same time, I mean, you got to stay curious. Medicine's moving forward. I think there's totally promise for this. This is something like stay tuned.
Totally.
Absolutely. I'm staying tuned.
For sure.
I'm not going to do it myself though right now.
Okay. Well, I love that you talked about, uh, the neck
The neck?
muscles. You
hmm
guys, I just did that in the neck muscles. You should do it too.
Why'd you do it?
Well, because you made me make the face and then look in the mirror, and I was horrified with how my neck looked.
Does it feel better now?
I think so. Does it look
It looks
better?
very nice.
Okay, thank you. Um, you mentioned teenagers using your towel.
I did.
Can you expand on that?
Have you ever used a towel and then smelled your face afterwards and been like, I need to get back in the shower? Probably not because you're not. Yes.
But I'm just trying to like walk me through this because Chloe, she always steals my towel, but she's not hanging it back up.
Oh, we're hanging. Yeah. The
So
problem,
it's getting,
the crime here was hanging it back up.
okay.
Okay. That was it. And it ended up on my face.
Okay. How do we combat that?
I just
Get
get a
your own
fresh
towel?
towel. I don't
I've
trust the towel that's
purchased
hanging there.
I've purchased them their own color towels.
It does not matter,
It
Maggie.
does not work.
Do not trust a towel that's hanging there unless you've pulled it from its folded little shelf space underneath the counter.
That's hilarious.
For facts.
Okay, it's spicy questions too. You said people wanted ask you some
Mhm.
spicy questions. Do you know what they were?
I mean, I think everyone could probably surmise what they were. They involved like things all about my personal life,
Yeah.
about my husband, about what's this, what's that, where do you go, what do you do?
Yeah.
I don't know, just stuff that I'd probably like. I don't even
Keep it.
post my children on
I know.
Instagram. I think people are sometimes like shocked to hear that I have kids
Well,
because
that's why I'm laughing. That's why I'm making such a joke about it. I'm gonna keep telling you.
you're in my living room,
I'm in
so
your
you're in
living
my
room.
business.
Yeah, I'm like, what can I look at? No, I'm just kidding. It's really cute in here, guys. Um, okay, so it's been 8 months since the last time we sat down. Have you changed your mind about anything this year or any New Year's resolutions that you were after?
Hmm. I think I mentioned it when I think Angie asked me this question. I'm getting more comfortable. I was just having lunch with my girlfriends and we were talking about this. I'm really most comfortable and most content in simple things for the not for the first time, but really in more of like a like significant way. Like just the highlight of my day to day is just talking to my friends over lunch, having a podcast with you, like organizing and getting ready for the week.
Mhm.
Those things that don't feel like glamorous are actually my highlights.
Yeah.
So it's not like a big trip. It's not going to a conference. I like speaking. I like doing all those things, but that's not what's like firing me up
Yeah.
like it used to. I think that's just might be an aging thing.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Do you think that?
I
Yeah.
do.
I think that too. I think that's a really good
And
answer.
and I'm fine with it. I'm really content. I'm super happy.
Feels good though, doesn't it?
Mhm.
To kind of just be in a space of like,
Yeah,
I feel good.
yeah, it's really nice. So
Good. What's annoying you in skincare trends right now?
what's annoying me, honestly, do you really want to? I'm going to
Yeah, I want to know. For real.
Kristen Cavallari.
Do you know
I
what's
said I
so funny?
normally
I
don't.
just saw Snow. Somebody she just post something? I follow her. I actually like her. Okay. Saw her podcast tour in person.
I know I do too, but like, and I normally don't name drop like that, Maggie, but that it really bothers me. That is one influencer that I have to unfollow.
So why? Explain it to me because I have seen some things about this, but I literally have no idea. The only thing I saw was she posted a story in the last few days that was like, there's a lot of people talking about my skincare that I've never met or I know nothing about. And all I can say is thank you. And then I just like moved on. So it's interesting that you're bringing this up. You got to tell me the story.
It's not even a specific story. It's a culmination of the annoying things that are expressed, the viewpoints that are just off out both sides of her mouth.
Okay.
They don't make sense. And she probably knows that, and that's why we're talking about her right now. She doesn't care as long as we're talking about her. But like stuff like that really bugs me where like, people are coming on like an expert in SPF or something like that. And it's just straight up wrong. Anyway, so what I was saying is I don't like it when influencers are just like, first, oh, I don't wear any sunscreen. And oh, wait, now buy my sunscreen.
Wait, but doesn't she have a skincare line?
Yes, I believe that she just launched one.
So what's the root of like, what did she do?
She just says random stuff. And
Okay.
it's just kind of like just clinically known to be untrue, but
Yeah.
just to say it. Stuff like that kind of gets under my skin.
Because anybody, like, again, that goes back to the influencers or like what's trending on TikTok, right?
1,000.
Okay.
It's just like there's no like you're just saying it to sell the thing. And you're saying the thing that you want to say that day to sell the thing you're saying. And you
Okay.
might, hey, we're all entitled to change our minds, but honestly, that's annoying. I also typically do not write in comments on podcasts, but I did listen to a gal who was interviewed. I'm not going to say who it was on a podcast I listened to. And she was speaking about all like the skincare products you should receive, all of the procedures you should receive. Like she was selling it and
Oh.
she wasn't even like a certified provider. And I just thought, you know what, there's a lot of other people that you could be asking.
Not everybody knows that. That's the problem. Like, I wouldn't know that.
Oh, and she
right?
has a huge following.
Ugh.
But I'm just like, there are other people that I would rather listen to give me advice about this than this lady who's married to someone who's a plastic surgeon and she wants to sell me like the cream that he makes, like for your face. It
Yeah.
just bothers me. That stuff gets under my skin. And I did write a comment. I don't know. I was just like, you know
Good
what?
for you.
I appreciate the opinion, but like, I just feel like there's probably a more qualified like guest that you could have on your show. And you know what? They received a lot of that information, a lot of that feedback. And a few weeks later, this podcast was like, we've never gotten so much feedback. And then they had a PA.
Yeah, but that's
Come
great.
on.
That's what it's for because people can learn and grow. I really believe that.
Anyway, I digress. But
Okay.
yes, that's what bothers me.
No, I think that's a good answer. Moral of the story, go to Skin Collab, Anita.
Just, I don't know. Listen to people that are in their lane.
No, for sure.
I'm not going to tell you how to do your taxes, Maggie. And if I start, you better unsubscribe right away because
Fair. Okay. Okay, no, we've talked about filler for me specifically before. Here I am still wondering about it. When you look at women who are aging really well, what are they doing? Like, if you could give me the top 3 things, and actually, I'm going to say, I would say it's skincare, or excuse me, SPF, right? They're probably getting Botox, had gotten Botox.
Yep.
And then I guess I don't know the third thing.
I think the third thing is probably something to deal with texture, like the texture of the skin health itself. So that might look like a laser once a year
Yeah.
to kind of clean up the noise that just happens with sun exposure, broken blood vessels. I honestly, probably that.
Okay.
Is
But was I
huge.
right on the first 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think skincare, honestly, Plus, it's important, but having some active ingredient in that skincare is the most important. So it might be using like a medical grade retinol for cell
Mhm.
turnover. It might be using like a medical grade vitamin C for antioxidant kind of brightening protection. So something that's actually like filling the tank, not
Okay.
just washing of the face.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be complicated, but I would say those things consistently over time do pay dividends.
No,
And
that's really good to
they're
know.
not difficult, and I don't think, those things are exactly overly extravagant either, because if we're talking about a couple key products, I can prescribe one of them to the pharmacy. I can give you a tretinoin, so that's $20. Like, it's not a price issue. You can get an SPF. Your laser is a very reasonably priced, easy recovery once a year.
Mhm.
Botox is a little more routine, but even if you did it 3 times a year, it's significant what you see over time. There was even a twin-to-twin study of 2 twins who that all one did just Botox and nothing else, and the skin quality over, like, 10, 15 years was
That's
profoundly
crazy.
improved.
Yeah.
Then the next level, if there's interest, it'd be something like a biostimulator, like a Sculptra, or just some kind of form of HA filler for uber like fine lines where we start to see some fat changes or
Mhm.
some volume changes. Those are icing on the cake. But yeah, I'd say a medical grade, short and sweet skincare routine. The tox is actually really effective. It doesn't make you look like you've had Botox. It just makes your skin texture look so much better.
For sure.
And then a laser.
So, it's summertime right now
Hmm.
for lasers. Have they changed the lasers where, like, I can do, like, my legs or anything in the summer, or do you still have to wait for pigment?
You know, ideally, we get to pick here because we're in the Midwest and
Yeah.
there's 9 months out of the year where we're not in the sun, so that tends to be our pick because you can treat the laser, I don't wanna call it aggressively, but a little bit more aggressively, like, you could get a better result when you're pale, when you're
Mhm.
not tan. That being said, you can adjust settings and you can always use a laser, it's just you don't get as dynamic of an improvement when you're treating tan skin.
Okay.
There are clinics in Florida and Texas, and people are tan
Yeah.
all
It's
year
fair.
long, and they're doing lasers all year long, but it's just we have such a culturally set summer, like, siesta in the
Yeah.
Midwest that it's just we have plenty of time to do it in the winter, so that's technically why, but I've been doing lasers all spring this month, lots of lasers. It just comes down to most people here in this area leave for 6 weeks, they're out in the sun, and there's just better times of the year to do it.
Okay. And what's like a normal recovery? Is it like a week, a couple days?
There's a few different types of laser that you can do. There's the most classic is your kind of photofacial, which treats the skin cell health. It treats the brown pigment that is unwanted. It's called dyschromia or pigment that you don't want, and broken blood vessels.
Mm.
And the recovery on that is actually quite easy. You can wear makeup the same day.
Oh.
There's a little swelling that you get a little puffiness just from the heat, kind of like you would after a sunburn,
Mhm.
but it's super simple. You get
Okay.
some coffee ground kind of appearance of the skin with the areas of brown that are going to slough off, but easy to cover. Then there are some more ablative laser treatments that are definitely a little more serious in downtime. People often will pair that with actually like some form of surgery
Oh.
because it's that much downtime.
Oh, wow.
Um, we don't do that at Skin Collab, but we refer out when you need to do that. That'd be like a CO2 laser or
Oh, yeah,
something
I've
like
seen
that, right?
those.
It's big time. They're really powerful, but that is not routine and it's a big
A
downtime.
big
We're
deal.
talking 10 days.
Okay.
You don't want to leave. So, and then there's some other laser treatments that we do. We do laser for acne where we've got it's wavelength that actually kills the P acne and takes down redness, zero downtime. And then we do laser hair reduction. Again, zero downtime with that one.
So I've had my armpits done and actually like my bikini
Mhm.
too, but why it's been several years. Why does that grow back? It's like just started to grow back.
Did you notice I said laser hair reduction, not removal?
Yeah, okay, you got me.
Okay, that's why you say it because hormones change over time and sometimes the follicle wakes up. Typically, the hair regrowth is quite
Good morning.
yeah, right? It's a little patchier, it's thinner, it's not as coarse, but it's not uncommon when you see some shifts to have a little bit of hair growth again. We typically don't treat people until they're into their 20s, just because if you treated like, let's say you were to treat an 18-year-old for their
Mhm.
underarms, I mean, their growth is just so robust in terms of just hormones. They're just optimized, right? And
Yeah.
so it's hard to get control of any of that. And then the same thing before pregnancy. If you're treated, a lot of times people will notice that after pregnancy, their hair grows back.
Oh,
And so they have
interesting.
to be treated again.
So then just, like, a couple touch-ups here and there?
Sometimes people have a complete regrowth after a pregnancy.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, some not, but it's that hormone is crazy. And then we start seeing in later years, obviously, we start seeing some hair growth in areas that we haven't seen before. So we'll see it on people's chins, on their chest. And so we're treating women in their 50s, 60s, 70s for hair on the face more. And that one, I mean, underarms, bikini, legs, you can really get great control of that hair, and the regrowth is minimal. But on the face, these hormonally driven areas, it is all about just maintaining and reducing the growth. I am straight up like, you will continue to, as long as your hormones are fluctuating high or low, you will have regrowth. So it's more about controlling it and making the hair finer.
Okay, well, that's
I
it's a
know.
real bust
We
down,
have
Meredith.
we have solutions. It's true. Lots of maintenance.
Oh, man. Being a woman, I tell you what.
It's a lot of maintenance.
Can we talk about kids' skincare really quick?
Sure.
I don't want to sound judgy at all, but, Chloe's 10,
Mhm.
and she's all in the know. I don't really know how she knows, but it's like the Sephora and the Ulta and all these different skincare brands that she thinks she needs and that a lot of her friends have. That's really I'm not judging, but
Mhm.
I don't do any of that. I get her like whatever chapstick she wants. Sure, you could have 17 chapsticks. Well, great,
Mhm. Mhm.
But when it comes to her skin, I have been having her put on a SPF in the morning just because she's in the sun all day, and I think that's good. But what really should I be doing for a 10-year-old who's interested in this stuff?
The interesting thing is that she's interested because a lot of times, right, you introduce the product when you see the changes on your child's face. Oh, they're having some clogged pores. Oh, there's a pimple. And then the mother or father introduces like a lotion. Hey, you might want to use this. The interesting thing about your kids' generation is they're the ones that want to go buy the things.
Mhm.
So I think what you're doing is good. The principles of your lotion in the morning, gentle cleanser, Cetaphil,
Yeah,
light
easy.
moisturizer, easy. That's it. And clean towels.
Yeah.
Honestly. And
Yeah.
then you know what? When she starts having a few more of those like areas that are troubling, like a little clogged pore here or there, you'll see it on her nose. Then you give them a little, acne pad that you have with salicylic acid. So my kids are cute because they've got all the products they need. They just ask me the question and then I'll have a
There you
product
go.
pop up on their nightstand. So yeah, I think keeping it simple for her probably is great, and then minimizing the fragrances and dyes in
Okay.
in the products. So as long as they're clean,
Mhm.
have at it. She's not going to hurt anything. But once you start adding active ingredients or there's just extra junk in them, fragrances, additives, that's where it's just not worth it.
That's good. What about boys?
Boys are really interested in their skin for probably the first time. It's really fun. They will want a clean face. I think more than not. I think kids are comfortable in their own skin more than I've ever seen, but they're also very willing to try and do some more things. So for boys, putting a cleanser in the shower is a great tip for them because they can just use it on their face
Mhm.
while they're there, and it's a quick wash. Clean towels is huge. Clean towels. They will reuse the same towel. I'm talking about till I'm blue in the face about this, but it's
Yeah.
incredible the switch you'll see.
Yeah.
And then I like a little salicylic pad for them to use for their T zone. When you start seeing some congestion, you'll see that in their T zone before you do the girls.
That's really good. I mean, I'm such a picker. Like, I'm
Hmm.
always picking at my kids.
Yeah.
But, William's 12. He'll probably be like, Mom, why would you ever tell the story? But he doesn't care. He's always letting me,
Yeah.
and he had this pore inside of his ear. When I tell you, I took like a little pore popper and like squeezed it out. It was like the best thing ever. And he was like, whoa.
Yeah, all you have to do is show them that once, and they'll use their
Yeah.
I tell the kids to use the, acne pads, like, we've got a salicylic, it's called, like, an acne
Yeah.
pad from Skin Club, and I tell them to use it in their ears.
I believe it. I mean,
Yeah,
I just started noticing on him
just a touch, and then
just like a little bit, but he also is, it's like not, it's me because I'm like
Mhm.
always just like, let me look at you. What's going
Yeah,
on?
I know. I do the same thing to my kids.
Yeah.
But, yeah, using, simple principles is good.
Okay. I was going to ask anything that is marketing to kids right now that drives you crazy.
I mean, I just think skincare is cool for them right now, ASMR is cool. I'm not mad about it. It's just make it I would yeah, I'm not mad about that.
Okay. Just be like smart
Just be
about it.
smart about it.
Yeah. I was going to say you have a graduate this year.
I do.
Okay. Can I say that?
Yeah,
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. You have a graduate this year. Congratulations.
thank you.
I mean, am I allowed to ask, but what's something that nobody warned you about?
I have said thank you to so many people this year because I feel a lot of people have given me a lot of tips for the last couple years, and I really listened. They were
Hmm.
like, "Hi, I don't know, patients like I see so many patients every day, and I feel like that's how I get my news."
Hmm.
And they're all so nice, and they like to know what's happening, with life and all those things. And they gave me a lot of great tips, and I really just decided to take those to heart. So things haven't really surprised me. I think I anticipated a lot of it. What I've appreciated that I listened to is to make a little more margin in my life, just to have attention to that time of like that milestone,
Yeah.
to be able to give it a little more time. Um, I I'm excited. I think matching your kids' energy has been a really good piece of advice. I might be sad that my daughter's leaving, but she's happy, so I'm going to be happy.
Yeah.
That kind of thing it's not about me, not making it about you. It's about them and remembering how exciting it was for me at that age and the things I was scared about and the things all the things that I was thinking about, I'm just revisiting and I'm excited. So yeah, I'm trying to put myself in her shoes.
I love that. That's really good. I mean, I'm just like in this place right now where it feels like it's flying the
Mhm.
time. So I always want to know,
Mhm.
what the moms are thinking who have kids who are ahead of mine. Yeah, that's really good. Are you learning anything new right now? I feel like you always have something you got going on.
Yes, I have a neat training coming up in just a few weeks where I'm going to be trying out some new techniques and products for um, wrinkles or
Oh.
texture issue on the décolleté, which
Ooh.
is the fancy way of saying the chest area. And we haven't had a great solution for this. There is an FDA indication now for a product that I'm going to try out and see if it works because it's one of the number one complaints that we get.
Yeah.
And there hasn't been a fantastic solution. So, more on that later.
Oh, I'm excited about that
Mhm.
because sometimes I wake up and I'm
Yeah.
a side sleeper and I'm like, what is this giant
Yeah.
line?
So, I'm going to be learning about that.
Okay, well, that's really excited.
Mhm.
And do you want to ask me anything?
What podcast number is this?
42.
Okay. Are you learning like what are you wanting to do with the podcast? This is my biggest question because I'm like newer in the podcast game too. You've been super consistent about it, which I have admired.
Thank
More
you.
consistent than I have been. But I feel like you hold me accountable to it.
Well, because I'm always like, where's my episodes?
Yeah. um, and I want to know if you're learning, do you like to interview people? Do you like doing solo episodes? Do you like to learn on the fly? Like you've got someone you're interviewing and you're actually like asking questions you want to know? Are you asking questions other people want to know? Like how are you feeling your content for the show and where do you see it going?
um, that's a lot. It's a full question. You know, what's really interesting that I'm like just finding this out is after, 40 episodes or 41 episodes, whatever, I feel like I can just feel like I'm just confident, like
Mm,
right now, to be like, here, look, listen to my podcast, or I have a podcast where before I always was like trying to hide behind
hmm
like, this is my alter ego. Like, it's more like a side thing.
Mhm.
Um, if anybody was going to start a podcast, I would tell them you got to be in it all the way, like from day one. Don't be scared because it just doesn't matter. Nobody really cares, right?
Right.
I think I love it all. When I love a solo episode when I'm super into the topic because it
Mhm.
comes easy, but I do a lot of storytelling. So
Mhm.
that does come easy for me. And honestly, the guests that I've had have all been so organic, right? Like, I mean, I messaged you last week. I was like, hey, when do you want to do another pod? You go, how about Monday?
Yeah.
Like, that's the best
Yes.
for me. So, would I ideally love to keep going with guests? 100%. I just, for myself, I'm not trying to be anything that I'm not,
Mhm. Mhm.
right?
I have liked how your guests are like an outpouring of your circle because I kind of like am somewhat in our worlds kind of collide a little
Yeah.
bit. And it's really fun that you are able to look around you and find some really the interesting people in your life. And sometimes we only know a piece of someone's story.
Hmm.
And I've really liked hearing the other side of someone who maybe I've known for 10 years, but I've never
Yeah,
heard someone just ask them questions or hear about their professional life. Maybe I only know them personally or
totally.
vice versa. So I think that's really fun.
Yeah, thanks. And I think that was kind of the original idea. I was like, everybody's walking around with a whole life that we
Mhm.
really know nothing about. And of course, we could go deeper in any space, but I think just highlighting everybody's out here doing their best, right?
Sure.
Like, this is the information, and somebody like you who has all this information, knowledgeable information about what I'm putting in my face, on my face, the things I can be doing to better. I mean, we all want to look our best,
Mhm.
right? It's just, it's really fun.
Yeah, I love it.
And I think I never thought, like, who would I want to be a guest on my podcast? And the fact that you're on here twice, thank you.
Well, thanks for coming to my living room.
I really love it. We got to end on funny this or that's. So we're
Okay.
not done yet. Uh, laser treatment or lake vacation?
I mean, the laser treatment is just going to be so good in the end.
Okay. 10-step skincare routine or 10 hours of sleep?
Neither.
Oh, okay. Coffee or collagen?
Coffee.
Online shopping or Target run?
Online.
Yeah, I think
That shift, I paused because this is another shift that's happening. I don't care about shopping anymore.
yeah, I love that though.
Anyway, online.
Read the comments or never read them again?
Depends on what mood I'm in.
Okay. I
I mean, I
love
can live in the comments. They're their its own like ecosystem.
it's wild.
Like if you are reading it with a friend for fun, like it can get really funny. Otherwise, normally I'm like a no comments person, like
Yeah,
in life. But sometimes if you just need to have a good laugh and like be like, you know what, it's not that serious. You just can live in the comments.
I love to read a comment section
People are
sometimes.
getting fights in the comments
It's
with each
hilarious.
other.
Yeah, you're like, "What are you
Yeah.
doing?" Yeah,
Anyway.
okay. Teenager boys or teenage girls?
Oh gosh. I don't know if my kids are going to listen to
We
this.
could pass.
Boys are easier,
Okay,
but I love having a girl.
of course. Reality TV or documentary?
50-50. I love reality TV, but a good documentary on something that I'm interested in, like juicy, is great.
Really good. Um, be 25 again or keep the wisdom?
Keep the wisdom.
I knew you were gonna say that. Okay, in a rapid fire, what's something everyone should start buying?
I'm trying to think of what I've gotten that is just like incredible. I was at a favorite things. My girlfriends do favorite things. And I think anything monogrammed is fantastic because it
Oh,
makes
yeah.
you feel fancy.
Yep.
The cakes, they are the
Oh, yeah.
silicone little stick-ons, fantastic for bathing suits.
Yeah, I love those.
I've received those. So those are like rebuys. Something else everyone should be buying. Mm, I think just like a great face oil or something that makes you feel like luxurious
Yeah,
at night before bed
okay.
would be good.
Okay, I like that. What's the most mom thing you've done this week?
I was I have the most embarrassing story.
Oh, good. I love embarrassing stories.
This is really bad. I was trying to check up on my kids, and I have a Snapchat account, but I don't use it. It's just to check in, or my kids will say, "Hey, check it." Well, I was trying to check in, and I was looking on stories, and I accidentally took a picture of myself.
Did you post it?
I posted it. I had no makeup on, my hair was frizzy. It was from, like, it looked like a filter of, like, Jabba the Hutt. Like, I don't recognize the picture I took, and I
What's the
posted it.
angle? What's the angle?
Oh, like, so bad, crouched down, out, like, just so bad. And I'm out shopping later with my daughter, and her friend calls her and is like, "Hey, I think your mom posted something she didn't mean
Hang on.
to."
So you didn't even know that you posted it?
Nope, I was just living out there. What was the question again that you just asked me?
What's the most mom thing you've done
Yeah,
this
so
week?
that is it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad.
Okay. If your family was here right now, maybe we can pull them. What would they say is your most annoying habit?
Probably, like, hugging them and, like, being silly with them,
Okay, but they love
but
that.
maybe they'd like it.
They love that. Um, last thing you texted someone.
Let's look. The last thing I said was,
You can pass. We should have made this a drinking game.
oh my gosh, yeah, you're gonna have to edit that. The last thing I texted was my daughter asking if she wanted to watch a movie or get food.
Okay, well, that's a good one. Last question. What are you the most excited to do this summer?
I am excited to help move my daughter into college
Okay. Yeah.
because she's excited.
Yeah, that's really good. I love this as always. Thank you again. 8 months later.
Yeah.
Man alive. You were my 8th episode too. Did you know that?
No.
Number 8,
What's your birthday?
August 9th.
Mine's August 23rd.
Yeah.
Maybe we need an August episode.
Do you think we've improved?
I think we're more confident.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think you just got to roll with it. And I
This
think
technology, though, I would say, have we improved? Couldn't even record it today.
we have improved because we did a little troubleshooting,
Yeah.
and maybe this is your new podcast setup.
I love it. Thank you.
If you need to squat in my living room until you get a fancy setup, you just let me know.
Yeah, and maybe I'll have to learn this game too.
Yeah, Mahjong for next time.
Okay.
Thanks, Maggie.
Yeah, thank you.